There's something happening inside your joints right now that you probably don't know about. It's not the wear and tear you've been told. It's not your age, and it's not your fault. It's a silent process that begins decades before you feel any pain. And until someone explains what it is, anything you try will have limited results. This video is going to change that. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Now let's get to what matters. Think with me for a second. Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling stiff, like your body needs 10 minutes just to start working? Have you avoided squatting because you already knew what would come after? Have you ever heard your knee crack at a moment when it shouldn't make any noise at all? Maybe the pain isn't constant. Maybe it only shows up when you push yourself a little. But the fact is, it shows up. And each time sooner than before, with less effort. And the part that hurts the most isn't the pain itself. It's realizing you've been giving things up. First the longer walks, then playing with your grandkids on the floor, then the garden, the trip, the walk with your dog. Little by little, without a decision, your world started getting smaller. That's not weakness, it's a sign that something specific is failing inside your joints. Now here's the part that changes everything. The theory most people use to explain osteoarthritis is wear and tear. The idea that joints break down like machine parts, and after a certain age there's not much you can do. But Harvard challenged that theory. A researcher spent over a year analyzing skeletons of ancient hunters, some over 6,000 years old. These people walked miles, carried animals, squatted, twisted, and bent their bodies every single day of their lives. If wear and tear were the cause, those skeletons should have been destroyed. They weren't. Most of them had joints in surprisingly good condition. The professor behind the study concluded that osteoarthritis is not caused by wear and tear. So what is causing it? Inside every joint, there's a layer of thick gel-like fluid. This fluid sits between two cartilage surfaces and does three things at once. It lubricates. Without it, cartilage starts rubbing against cartilage. It nourishes. Cartilage doesn't have its own blood supply. It depends entirely on this fluid to survive. It protects. This fluid forms a barrier against inflammatory proteins that would otherwise enter the joint and attack the cartilage directly. Science calls the molecule responsible for this fluid hyaluronan. It's what keeps this gel thick, elastic, and functional. Researchers have even called it the guardian of the joints. And here's the problem. After age 30, your body starts losing it. Slowly, about 1% per year. By 60, you may have lost over 30%, by 80, half. As this happens, the fluid becomes thinner. Cartilage becomes poorly nourished, poorly lubricated, poorly protected. Pain, stiffness, inflammation, all of it is a consequence of this process. And here's why most people don't improve with what they try. Diet, stretching, anti-inflammatories, glucosamine, chondroitin. All of these may ease symptoms a bit, but none of them address the root cause. Experts associated with Harvard have even stated publicly that glucosamine and chondroitin have been discredited for this purpose. A 2-year study with hundreds of patients found no real benefit compared to placebo. And the reason is simple. Those ingredients target the cartilage, but cartilage is already the consequence. The problem starts earlier, with the fluid that's supposed to protect it. Now, here's the discovery that changes the game. Researchers studying a remote village in Japan noticed something hard to ignore. Elderly residents, people in their 70s, 80s, even 90s, were still working in the fields every day. Squatting, bending, carrying, without the joint problems you'd expect at that age. The investigation pointed to something in their diet that stimulated the natural production of that molecule, the guardian of the joints. This finding led to a series of controlled clinical studies. The results, published in specialized scientific journals, were described by the researchers themselves as significant, and in some cases, dramatic. The approach identified in these studies works on 3 fronts. It helps replenish what's been lost over the years, acts directly within the fluid to fight inflammation from the inside, and provides ongoing support so the cycle of deterioration doesn't restart. It's not fast. It's not magic. Results appear gradually, and studies show they continue improving with consistent use. Those who quit early lose what they had started to build. But those who stay consistent begin to notice things that once felt out of reach. Less stiffness in the morning, more confidence in movement, a return to activities that had been left behind. What truly makes a difference here is rarely explained directly. Below this video, there's a link. It takes you to a full explanation of how this process works in practice, including 2 details most people never discover because they stop searching too soon. Click the link below this video now and see how you can start today. You'll understand why the molecule your body stops producing is the starting point of everything, and what has been found to support it in a way conventional approaches simply don't reach. Your joints didn't ask to hurt. They're asking for what they've always needed to function properly.